Hello, hello, hello. It's Carlene, and this is my channel, See It With C. Thanks for coming to chat with me. Hopefully, y'all can hear me okay. Let me know in the chat if everything's all right in regards to sound and audio. I realized I cleared out some of my cookies over the weekend on my computer. So hopefully all the sound everything is working okay. But hi everyone, if you are new here, my name is Carlene, and welcome back all you older folks. My name is Carlene. This is my channel, See It With C. And I don't go live every Monday, but when we go live for a Monday meetup, there's usually a trip announcement. So this is my space where I kind of recap all the things that have happened. Frequently, I release videos every Monday for you all, but I go live on the Monday when I am the Monday of a week. We're about to travel, and we are traveling this week. So excited to be saying that. I have not been out in the travel streets since when was that? New Year's. So I am excited for, I guess it's not my first trip of the year, my second trip of the year. And we will be announcing that today. So get on in here, say hello, and let me know, does it sound okay? Can y'all hear me? Fine. And let's see who we have in the chat. Welcome in 6 people. Again, my name is Carlene. This is C with C, and thanks for coming to chat with me. We have Gina's World. Hi, Gina's World. Welcome in. She's saying, hey, C in the chat, and happy Monday. Happy Monday, Gina's World. I am getting used to this whole back to in-person work life. Child is ghetto, but I'm excited to, be able to continue to do what I love, and to still have a job. Praise Jesus. So I won't complain, but it's just a different vibe to like log off work, commute back home, take a quick breather, and it's like, okay, Monday live. But I can't imagine to be with nobody else than y'all. And welcome in 9 people. My name is Carlene. This is C with C. Thanks for coming to chat with me. This is the Monday meetup. I don't go live every Monday. When I go live, there's a trip announcement. So we are going to be recapping some of the things that I released a lot of videos since our last Monday meetup. And kind of the format here is I'll talk about some of the videos that I released, which are travel related. If you have any questions, I like to give you the behind the scenes detail of some of the trips I went on. Because a lot of times in the videos, we can't tell you like all the things that are happening. And then, of course, there'll be a trip announcement. So get on in here, get comfortable. And who else we got here? Jameer. Hi, Jameer Carter. Welcome in. Thanks for swinging by. Hopefully my video looks okay. I like try to clean off my look, child, the reset up. Then I had to reset up my whole little studio area. Hold on, I needed one more swipe of the wipes. I don't know if that helped at all, but we'll see. Who else we got in here? Jameer says sounds good. Thank you, Jameer, for confirming that. I took off my little what is it, dead cat thing, because I didn't want to pop my peas too much. So if I'm too loud or you hear the peas popping, let me know. I'll put this back on. But I wanted to make sure the sound was all right. Regina says, hey, see, cute hair. Thank you, Regina, girl. I did it myself. So look, don't zoom in too close. But with all these like weird economic times, C's Bump and Curl has reopened, meaning I'm doing my own hair in home. Because I'm like, look, we gotta save that little bit of money between travel, and we don't know what's going on in these economic streets. So listen, but thank you. It took a little couple days to kind of grow on me, and with this hair, it kind of like it shifts, so it still shrivels. So from day to day, like that little piece here, I gotta like reshape it. But hopefully it'll get me through my travels and trying to get back into my like natural look, and something convenient to get back and forth to work. Welcome in 18 people. My name is Carlene. This is the Monday meetup. I don't go live every Monday. When we go live, it's a trip announcement. So get on in here. Ken Hill says wine. Yes, me too. I got a little wine. I said, I was like, I'm not going to pour me a glass. And then I was like, it was a long day. I poured me a glass. But, kick back, unwind, grab you some water, your favorite beverage, whatever it is. I got me a little white wine, Sauvignon Blanc today, to get into the trip announcements and talk about all these videos that I released. Like, did you all know I've released several videos between Alaska, cruising on Celebrity Edge, some Disney content. What else? Disney, Regent Seven Seas vlogs. So if you have any questions that you had that weren't answered during those vlogs, let me know. Well, let's get through these hellos. We got Carla Jackson saying, hey, Carla Jackson, welcome in, girl. Thank you for the sound is good. Awesome to know. Awesome to know. Big Murph's life is here. Make sure I got no lipstick on my teeth. Saying happy Monday, seeing chat. Happy Monday, Big Murph's life. Hope your week is off to a phenomenal start. Gina says, thank God for employment. Yes, we do. We thank him, child, because when I say it is cutthroat in these streets right now, baby, it's cutthroat. So I like the old, what is it called? Hymnal gospel songman said, I won't complain. I won't complain. Like I won't complain and take my ass to work. Regina says, yes, that cleared up the view nicely. Okay, cool. Yeah, I wiped it down one good time. I need to probably buy an external camera, but this is just a good old MacBook camera for the moment, but probably all my fingerprints. So hopefully that cleared it up a little bit. And I have a different angle. You know what? I used to have you all sitting over here. Now I'm sitting directly under a light, and I think that's throwing my lighting off a little bit in here. But we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Who else we got in here? Shiro! The renters are in the building. Hey, Shiro. Good to see you earlier on. I think it was on Parker on the Go. Siobhan went live from Independence of the Seas. And I got to see you in the chat. So good. Thanks for popping in here. She says, love the hair too. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's different. I got into like twisting my own hair. But the first time I did it, I twisted my actual hair, like my natural hair. And I looked like Snoop from The Wire and for like 2 days until it kind of filled out. So this time around on Friday, I decided to add just a little bit of hair to it to make it a little fuller. I know I'm probably boring people with the hair things, but this took me like a day and a half of twisting. So I watched a lot of Netflix, but I saved about $300 doing this myself. So pat myself on the back. Jaretha Park is in here saying, hey, C and C-Suite and chat. And thank you, Jaretha. Yes, yes, welcome everybody. I am looking for a post-it note so I can ignore the not TikTok. I get distracted by the numbers, so I need to like cover this up so I don't like be looking over there and be looking at the chat. Margaret Logan's in the building says, hey, happy new week, loving the hair. Thank you. Okay. I might have to do this a little more often, pop on a red lip, a hoop earring, and a little natural do. Iris Wagstaff is here saying happy Monday. Iris, thanks for popping by. And Steph Stone's in the building saying, hey, see you, chat. Well, welcome in, everybody. And let's get into it. So yes, y'all, if you are first time here, get comfortable in the chat. Ask me any questions. My name is Carlene. This is my channel, See It With C. I do a lot of solo travel, particularly cruising. And it's the Monday meetup where I don't go live every Monday, but when I go live, I have a trip announcement. And as we get more people in here, I also kind of recap the things that we did or the videos that I released since last Monday. Because as you know, as a content creator, I can't give y'all, I might put a 3-day trip. It is a 20-minute vlog. So I leave out a lot of stuff. So this is my opportunity to kind of give you all some behind the scenes deets that I was like, oh, I forgot to talk about. So Stone says, new hair, who this? Same girl, new hair. Steph, you sound like the people at work. They can't keep up, child. And this is funny because usually when I change my hair at work, it's all, and I hate going to work on the days, and I'm sure a lot of Black women in the chat can relate to this. But like whenever you switch your hair and you go to work the next day, and it's kind of like, oh my God, I love your hair. And today was like, nobody said anything about my hair. So I'm like, either the DEI trainings have worked where people have finally stopped commenting every time we change our hair, or they don't like the natural look. I don't know, but I'm okay with it not getting the attention. But I was like, I just knew it. I was like bracing myself like, oh my God, I gotta coach. Now I'm back to work in person. So I'm like, oh my God, I gotta like deal with this whole like, I love your hair. Can I touch it? No. So anywho, so let's get into it. The last time we had a Monday meetup was January 20th. And I was talking about some of the Regent Seven Seas recap. But the first video that I released since our last Monday meetup was the Alaska series. So raise your hand, put your hand up in the chat. Put a raised hand in the chat. Did you see the Alaska series, the Alaska Celebrity Edge series? That series was with Melanin at Sea, which is a travel group for people of color and allies. And we went out on Celebrity Edge. It was about 150, I think, last summer. In July, on Celebrity Edge, a full week through Alaska. That was my first time on Alaska. I won't get like too in depth because I think we covered this one a whole lot between I dropped some vlogs, your favorite couple dropped some vlogs, Phil and D's Travel with Spree dropped some vlogs, A Rich and Jazzy Life dropped vlogs in this one. So I'm pretty sure you all are pretty familiar with like all the things that happen in Alaska. But you have any questions about cruising Alaska, let me know. I see some people in chat said they saw it. Let's see. Gina's World saw it. Regina's was there. But I would say if I can just iterate something to you all is for Alaska, have a backup plan. Save money for your excursions. Alaska excursions are going to be at least 150 about 150 per person average. So save your money, but you also need to have a plan B because the weather in Alaska shifts really quickly, and what you thought might be your excursion for the day might totally get canceled. So I thought I was going to have, you can see the DC action in the background. I thought I was going to like do this a kayaking tour. I know one person on the cruise, I think she spent almost like $800 worth of excursions. A lot of them will get canceled, particularly if you cruise. I cruise in July. Those early morning excursions, be prepared for those to be canceled because a lot of the fog sets in, etc. So who else? We got people in the, y'all saw the Alaska series. Cool. Yes, the Celebrity Edge class series. Got all these hands up. Nicole Charnel, my good book reading sister, is in here saying, ooh, love your hair. Hair is cute. Thank you. Thank you. She did it herself. Proud of me. So yeah, welcome in, Nicole. Nicole, I finished up reading Nickel Boys. Nicole is a book girly. So if anybody here loves book and lifestyle content, follow Nicole Charnel. Nicole, I finished reading Nickel Boys. I watched Nickel Boys while I was twisting my hair on Friday. I won't spoil the book the movie for people. The book was phenomenal. Highly recommend you. It's a quick page turner. If you like books, pick up Nickel Boys. And I just started reading, can't remember, something about them watching. I can't remember, Nicole, but anywho, I saw you pop in the chat, so I figured out how to tell people what I'm reading. So cool. So that was Celebrity Edge. If you haven't caught those videos, and probably this week I might release probably a full-length movie of the Celebrity Edge just to put everything together with a couple of clips, because I don't know about y'all who edit. For some reason, when I'm editing, a lot of times I miss clips. So for some reason, my editing software doesn't always like populate all the clips. So when I'm like done clearing out my phone, I'll find a random clip that I'm like, oh, that's where that clip went. So if you see that the movie pop out this week, and maybe I might just do a long premiere. I don't know. Either I'm gonna do a long premiere on Thursday or just drop the movie on Cruising Alaska on Celebrity Edge. But that will probably come out and that will really wrap up that series. And she said, I heard of that one, put it on my list. Nickel Boys was really, really good. The author of Nickel Boys wrote The Underground, the book that the series The Underground was set on. He wrote that. And page turner, I have not had a good page turner in a while. Sharo has a comment about Alaska. She says, when I went to Alaska, a whole port was skipped. It's that cruise life. Still a must-do cruise, in my opinion. Yeah, and I would say that's why I think I'm going to go back on Alaska. I'm going to go back to Alaska. I will probably get on a different cruise line just to experience a different cruise line. But I will say Alaska kind of gives one of those vibes of like, you can get on multiple Alaska cruises, but because of how the weather and the ports fluctuate, you might have a different cruise every time. So definitely, yeah, Alaska is going to be one of the ones that you have to be flexible for. Research, have a plan B, because things change with that weather, but it's going to give you good views regardless. Ruby's baby's in the building saying, hey, Ruby's baby, thanks for popping in. Georgina says, do you read Kennedy Ryan's books? I'm gonna say no. Because the name doesn't stick out to me. What is one of the titles that they've written? Regina, let me know. All right, so we're wrapped up the Celebrity Edge Alaska series. Cool. The next thing I wrote out, which I know y'all don't like because I can see the views. And welcome in. We got 22 people in the building. Welcome in, 22 people. My name is Carlene, and this is the Monday Meetup. This is my channel, See It With C, where subscribe. I am a solo traveler, particularly with a lot of cruisings. We pop in some land-based in there every now and again. This is the Monday Meetup, where I don't go live every Monday, but I go live when there's a trip announcement. So there's a trip announcement coming. But the moment we are recapping some of the, behind the scenes moment of the videos that came out. So after I got done with the Alaska series, I popped in a little Disney. I have to sandwich my land base with y'all between cruises because the views say y'all don't like land base. I'm just going by the numbers. I'm just telling you what I see. So I did Disney, which the biggest thing for that one, I did Disney solo, which can be weird. However, this was the last year they rolled out the Lightning, what is it called? Lightning Multi-Pass, which I will say, it takes some of the weirdness out of waiting in line by yourself, out of things. So basically I was able to get in Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So Pop, raise your hand. Did you catch the Disney vlog at the end of, or that came out? The whole thing with that was, I got to ride Tiana's Bayou. I got to ride Tron, which I think I threw my back out fooling with Tron. Hold on, we got more hellos. Kelly Angel Tony's in the building. Kelly, welcome in. Thanks for popping by. Kelly says she loves Ryan Kennedy books as well, Regina. Okay, I need to, yes, before I let go. Okay, so yes, I am familiar with Kennedy Ryan books, except for this will be my first time reading one of their books. One of my friends reestablished her book club, so we have Before I Let Go is on the list. Right now I'm reading something about, it's like a thriller, and I don't have it near me. It's a thriller. I can't remember what the title is, but yes. So Before I Let Go, I am familiar with the book. I did not know who the person was. And folks are speaking to Kelly. So yeah, I did Disney by myself in September, but those vlogs came out recently. And I used a multi-pass, the Lightning, what's it called? The Premier Pass, where you can basically, it used to be like you only could do one lightning lane at a time. Well, Disney now has this thing where you can hold multiple lightning lanes at a time. And as a solo traveler, I appreciated it because it was no long, awkward. I won't say no, because I chose to wait in a couple of lines. I did Slinky Dog. I waited for like 60 minutes. So I did the awkward wait for a couple of rides. Mickey's Runaway Railroad, the first time I got on that during the trip, I waited in line. That was weird because it was a dad who was drunk right in front of me, and he would not stop talking. So I would say, like, those, if you go to Disney, go solo, get the lightning lane so you're not standing doing those awkward waits. But the good news is I heard that Disney has gotten rid of virtual queues for Guardians and has gotten rid of virtual queues for Tiana. So you no longer have to do that weird, for those who love Disney, those weird 7 o'clock in the morning, wake up, 6 o'clock in the morning, wake up so that you can like get you a virtual queue. No longer have to do that. So that kind of wraps up doing Disney. And I have an interesting trip announcement for Disney coming soon. Nicole Charnel says, I just did Disney solo in January. I was watching your vlog on my way to Orlando. Yeah. And I did a few Disney vlogs. That's why like my channel got a little slow, but I'm a kind of person that like, if I go somewhere, I'm going to record it regardless of like, if it does not get good views. And usually Disney doesn't do really great on my channel because I've heard like Disney content is so saturated on YouTube, but I'm kind of like, I know people watch things and can benefit from the information. So I did Disneyland Paris. If you haven't watched that one, I highly believe that Disneyland Paris kind of gives Disney World a run for its money, particularly on its, what is it called? The classic rides. So the classic rides, like It's a Small World, like Pirates, those have a more vibrant and interesting, I think, vibe than the one in Orlando. So if you, and I threw Disneyland Paris in for a long layover. I had like a 24-hour layover in Paris. I was able to knock Disneyland Paris out. So that's an idea. If you don't want to go into downtown Paris, but might be a Disney fan, that's for you. Folks are speaking. Kelly says, I have read 6 of her books. Okay, so I am tardy to the party when it comes to Miss what's her name? Ryan Kennedy. I need to get on my game. But before I let go, it's in my queue to read. I think it's gonna be our May book. I think it's our May book for book club. Gina's Rose speaking. Nicole Chanel says, I gotta get back to Magic Kingdom. I went to Hollywood Studios instead. And yeah, it was interesting because this was that trip that I went on was, and sorry, there's a helicopter overhead. I live in DC, and I know y'all are familiar with the what is this? What are you? Oh, okay. I live in DC, and I know you all are familiar with the unfortunate incident that happened at our airport. Well, because they have limited traffic through the airport, like to the airport. I think they've cut flights. They've been saying that there's more flights to DCA. Well, they've also cut back on helicopter traffic, and because they cut back on helicopter traffic near the airport, helicopters now fly over my house much more frequently than they used to. So I don't know if y'all can hear that in the background, but I feel like now I'm in the path of like helicopter traffic. But we rather have safe flights than, I guess, noise. But it's going to be interesting to see how long this is going to last. All right, back on topic. Nicole says, I got to go back to Magic Kingdom. I went to Hollywood Studios instead. Yeah, so this was the first time that I was able to go to all 4 parks in about 4 or 5 years, I think. And I will say Hollywood Studios has started to creep up on me as a favorite. You all know how I feel deeply about Epcot with its food and wine. But Hollywood Studios was a favorite this time around for sure. I think they're really trying to build it up. So I appreciate the Hollywood Studios this last visit for sure. Folks are speaking. Nicole says, oh yes, Kenny Ryan is good. Love the Skyland series, books 1 and 2. Okay, Kennedy must be that girl. Folks are saying, can't wait to meet and talk books. Yes, we love, people who have some diversity in thought in regards to like love travel, love books. Traveling Black Couple. Hey, welcome in. Traveling Black Couple says, hey chat, Kenny Ryan is Chef's Kiss. Real is also a hit that she published recently. All right. Regina says, I see a cruiser book club forming. Ooh, you know what I also want to form? So yes, we can do a cruiser book club. But I also would love a cruiser Peloton club to form, because I know it's a few of y'all who do Peloton and are in like the cruise streets. So between cruise book club and what's the thing called? Cruise book club and I got an idea. Between cruise book club and Peloton, I would love to see that happen for sure. What do y'all do? What do y'all prefer? So speaking of cruising and books, what is your preference? So do y'all, when y'all are cruising, because I am a girl who I love when I'm on a cruise, I love to go find a little nook on the Lido deck, give me a little glass of wine, have my book, and I can just be in a corner reading for like 4 hours with the wind hitting me, listening to the music. But when you bring your books, do you prefer are you bringing Kindles? Are you bringing reading on your phone? Do you do hardback? Do you do paper? Let me know. Because I know I have a preference, but I want to know what y'all's preference is first. But y'all kind of have me thinking about something. We'll see what the interest is. Regina says, because I know a lot of people are on certain long cruises, they're I read, I was on that when I was on that 10-day on Regent Seven Seas. This one lady was like, I've already read 3 books, and it was day 5. And I'm like, how did you do that? Regina Davis says, I need to do a Disney park again. Yeah, I have to get my Disney feel at least once per, what is it called? Once per year. It must have been some news. One of my friends had texted me about agency work insurance going up. Oh child, I need 1 second. So yeah, so this is a good time to, like, we got 31 people here. Let's do a quick pause for the cause in regards to, like, just some announcements. And then we'll get back into the chat really quickly. So let's see if I can do this right. I want to present. I want to share my, what is this? Look, I'm getting distracted. This? Oh, shoot. Hold on. Y'all know I have technical difficulties every time I do this. Okay, here we go. All right. So quick pause for the cause. Hopefully y'all can see this. Let me say, oh, here we go. Present. No, I don't want to start a new meeting. All right. How do I make this? Y'all can tell I'm a slideshow. Ta-da! All right. So a quick couple of announcements. Just a quick pause for the cause before I get back into the chat. We have 3 opportunities for you to travel with me. We have the Good Gov Getaway, which stands for Go on Vacation. That'll be Labor Day 2025. So August 29th to September 3rd, 2025. We are getting on Virgin Voyages. Valiant Lady. Going to, where are we going? Dominican Days. So if you're interested in that one, hit me up. You also can scan that little QR code there. And then we have the ultimate solo group cruise, which is sponsored by your favorite solo cruisers, the Jen Danielle Experience, me, and Sig the Solo Cruiser, and that will be in 2026. And we are heading out on Celebrity Reflection June 22nd through June 26th. Deposits are $100 per person. So hit me up if you're interested in that. Let me see. Good Gov Getaway prices are starting about $1,100 for solo travelers, about $1,800 for couples. Of course, Virgin is 10%. What is it called? Deposit. Can't talk. June 2026 for the Ultimate Solo Cruise. That one is $100 per person to get your deposit on. Right now, the rates for that one are about $1,400-ish starting price. And you hear it first, because we've been talking about some magical things. You have opportunity to get on the Good Gov Getaway 2026 waitlist, which is going to be land-based. And let's just say it goes along with my current theme I was talking about of getting back into Disney. So if you want to be on the wait list for that, scan that QR code, or you can email me at seeitwithc@gmail.com and just put Good Gov 2026 waitlist in the message section. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program. Stop sharing. Let's see what the comments are commenting about. So who else we have here? We got Keisha H is here saying, cute hair and happy Monday. Thank you. Got me a little trip hair that I did myself. Why is it like that door is open? It's not. Okay. Keisha's speaking to the chat, folks. Carla says, I'm glad you vlogged Disneyland Paris. Family is going in June, and we're looking forward to it. Cool. Yeah. Carla, are they staying on property? I do have some tips for this thing. Is still, I think it's because of the light, but it's just driving me nuts, the quality of the video at the moment. But I have some tips for Disneyland Paris. I'm not sure if they are staying on property. Disneyland Paris, and I'm not sure how it's going to be in June. I went in October 2024. It wasn't super crowded at all. I was able to ride most of the classic rides. It might be a different Paris in June. But I really appreciated just kind of like the look of a lot of the classic rides, and some of the rides are a little more intense in Disneyland Paris. Like they have the hyperspace mountain, which I chickened out. So I kind of have to go back to Disneyland Paris because I need to face my fear of hyperspace mountain. But I chickened out. I couldn't get on it. But they have some rides that are a little more intense that you wouldn't necessarily find in Disney World in Orlando. They usually save those other, more intense rides for like, what's it called? Hollywood Studios, particularly. If you go visit Paris, there is so either you can stay out by Disneyland. To get to Disneyland Paris, it's only one stop on the high speed train. To get to the stop for Disneyland Paris, or if you are staying in downtown Paris, and I actually set up a trip from one of my clients, you can, there is a bus that picks you up in central Paris, takes you out to Disneyland and brings you back at the end of the day. And that was about, if I'm looking at that was like almost $200 per person for like, and that gives you 2 park pass because there's like a Hollywood Studios out there too. So you get a Disneyland, it kind of looks like Magic Kingdom. Then there's their version of Hollywood Studios out there. And then it'll take you back to Central Paris for about $200 a pop. So come back and let me know how your family liked it for sure, Carla. Folks are speaking in the chat. Keisha H just sent out a reminder. Make sure you hit that live stream. The thumbs are not matching. All you gotta do, hit a little thumbs up, get the algorithm out there to talk about travels. Regina says, yes, a cruiser Peloton club would be cool too. Okay. Y'all are giving me some ideas. I think I have some. Okay, cool. I'm gonna just keep them in my head for the moment. Folks are speaking. Kelly says, I'm bringing all the above. You're bringing a book, Kindle, and Audible? Jesus, Kelly. Now, I will say, I have not gotten into audiobooks. Like, I don't know. I can listen to a podcast all day, but I can't get into audiobooks. And then when I'm cruising, I prefer to bring an actual either paperback. Now I'm starting to prefer a paperback. Hardcover, it adds a little more weight to my like travel, my beach bag and all that stuff. But now I prefer like a good paperback book to kind of carry around. I used to try to read on my phone, but then the glare from the deck, which I know is not an issue on Kindle, but the glare, I used to try to like have my library system here in DC has what's called the Libby app. It's a free app and you can, reserve books from your library onto Libby. So I try to do that one cruise, but the glare from the sun when you're out in the Lido trying to read, it didn't work for me. A traveling black couple says they like to bring a physical book, but they only ever get through a chapter easily. Yes, because I'll sit out on that Lido deck and I'm like, dang, I just read that same page 3 times because you watching like the competitions on the Lido. You're listening to the music. Somebody walks by, people start talking to you. But every now and then there's a cruise where I can get into the groove of reading. But for the most part, I think when I was on Celebrity Ascent, people were laughing at me because they're like, you keep carrying that book around and haven't put a dent in it. Because I would like carry it and the next thing I know, I would see somebody start running my mouth. Regina says she typically does a Kindle or iPad to save space when she's traveling and reading books. Nicole says, I love a hardcover too, but I just try to bring one vacation and then my Kindle. Yeah. I remember there was a time that like, I didn't realize that like you can read on your phone. And so I would have like 3 books in like a bottom of like a purse or book bag. And one of my coworkers was like, you can read the same stuff on the phone, but I like manipulating a book. Let's see. Gina's World says, the few times I brought a book on a cruise with me, I never opened it. I usually stay busy. Understood. And yes, be sure to hit that like button, everyone. Welcome in 24 people. My name is Carlene. This is my channel, See It With C, and this is the Monday Meetup where I don't go live every Monday, but I just go live to talk about, give a trip announcement. And we are traveling this week, so that's why I'm live. But right now I'm kind of recapping some of the things that you might not have seen in my travel videos. Alrighty, so let's see. I told you all that we talked about the Disney vlogs that I released. Steph Stone says, I have never been able to read on a Kindle. The last 2 cruises, I took a hardcover book to read. And here's the thing about the hardcover books. I often mess up the hardcover books with like sunscreen and like, I usually at some point in the cruise, I think I prefer hardcover because I don't know, I've been going back and forth, but like at some point I usually, particularly with cruising with like water, sweat, sand, sunscreen, I mess up the cover of the book or it keeps sliding off. So now I've kind of become a paperback girl, or I just chuck the cover and just walk around with the hard book. Keisha says, I read everywhere all the time. Hardback, digital, audio. While cruising, she prefers digital. Audio is better for me due to packing limitations. Yes, because them books add up when it comes to the pounds. Kelly says Kindles are easier to read when the sun is out. Yeah, Kindles have that, like, what is it called? Like that, the screen cover has that kind of glare proof. The iPads and iPhones are trash when it comes to Lido deck. And the iPads and iPhones tend to overheat when the sun hits them too much. Iris says, we'll see you on the Valiant Lady. Booked it last year with one of my was it my next Virgin Voyages credits. Looking forward to joining your group in 2026. Oh, cool. Yeah, Iris, if feel free right now. I think it's about for the Good Government Getaway for September. We have, let me see, I think it's like about 3. There's 2 more who might be about to book. So yes, feel free to join us. If you are traveling solo, I'm planning a few activities, getting a feel for the group, like what they want to do. But yeah, if you're on the same sailing, don't be a stranger. You can come on, hop over, just say, hello, join us in the activities if you want. And yes, Iris is joining us for the ultimate solo group cruise with Sig the Solo Cruiser and the Jen Danielle experience. So looking forward to meeting you, Iris, if I don't meet you before one of those trips, because it seems like you are out traveling a lot too. A traveling Black couple says, I went to Disneyland Paris in June and it was pretty empty. It just seems like Disney is just getting emptier and emptier. I heard that Disney is supposed, and I'm not sure if it's like due to some of the pricing, because Disney has gotten like ridiculous in regards to pricing. I think because people are like, they can find a vacation for family other places, they've started like not, the parks aren't as crazy as they used to be, which I appreciate it, because I have the PTSD of when I was 6 back in the day, when before there was no priority, or at least there might have been a priority line, but my mama couldn't afford it. So like I remember like standing in those like 2-hour lines, doing a full day at Disney, closing out the park, getting in the car at 11, parking out, when was it, I-10 or I-4, that used to have the old kind of like motor, what's it called, motels, driving back out there every night and then doing it all over again. But I appreciate the parks being not as full, but I have noticed the parks aren't as full. And Disneyland, I literally was only in Disneyland Paris because I woke up late. I woke up the day of my flight. So I started like 8:00 that morning. I missed the train that I needed to catch. And then all of a sudden the train started running on like an hour schedule. So I got to Disneyland late. I was only able to spend like maybe 3 hours in the park, and I still was able to ride 4 or 5 things. And that included getting stuck in the line at what's it called? What's the mountain? I can't remember. Big Thunder Mountain. I was in a line for Big Thunder Mountain. It broke down. So I didn't get to ride that one. But then I realized there's a whole nother park in Disneyland. So that's kind of cool to know. She says we did both parks in a day and was able to ride everything. Cool. Yeah, I think I need to go back just to be sure to cover all ground. But I literally was able to cover a lot of ground in like the 3 hours I was there before having to like get back to the airport. Which only took about a 10-minute ride, and catch my flight back to DC. Ooh, Swanky Carla says we are staying on property. Love it. And Carla, they are starting to build in Disneyland. It's something. Oh, thank you for reminding me or mentioning that. So something again, I said like this is my opportunity to tell y'all about the things I left out in the video. They are building like a Disney Springs type of what is it called, area around Disneyland Park. So it will be like how it's kind of set up right now is like you get off the train and you'll see construction, and then the 2 parks are kind of like their Magic Kingdom will be, or Disneyland will be right in front of you. Their Virgin Hollywood Studios will be off to the left. Well, the reason why Disneyland Paris is about to be kind of maybe better, more dope than Disney World is like when you get off the train, the Disney Springs area is like will be right there. So you'll be basically emerging into Disney Springs, and they have a bunch of restaurants coming, a bunch of attractions, and then you walk into the 2 parks. So I think that kind of makes it unique. It'll be kind of a similar setup to how Universal is, where you have like, what's that thing called? Whatever the thing is, where like the Universal Promenade, I can't remember, area, and then you can go into Isle of Adventure or the other parks, or Universal Studios. So that's kind of how Disneyland Paris is being set up with the Disney arm. Kelly Angel Tony says it has to be the right narrator for Audible. Yeah, I just get distracted, so I stop like hearing what they're talking about. So I need to physically like maneuver a page. I think the only book I've tried to do not Audible, and probably because I picked the wrong book. I did try to do Da Vinci Code, and I think I did a little bit of Michelle Obama's book. What was that thing called? Becoming. She did a great job of narrating, but I need to like physically manipulate pages for me to like pay attention to what the storyline. Otherwise, I'm like, what happened? Carla Jackson says Disney has a bus that will take us to the. Oh, so also the reverse happens. That's good to know. My clients are staying in Central Paris, so they'll be doing like the Disney bus that goes to Disneyland. But it's kind of cool to know that if you stay on property in Disneyland Paris, then they have a bus that takes you to Central Paris. Good to know. Good to know. And this is why we all come here to meet up, chat, drop the tips, the little tidbits and whatnot. All right. So after the Disneyland vlogs came my last vlog for Regent Seven Seas. So let me know, raise your hand in the chat. Did you see the final Regent Seven Seas series, which was the excursions? Something that I did not hit on too much. Hold on, I need to refresh my gloss. Oh, I saw it becoming even. So something that I did not capture really in the videos was kind of like my thoughts about the excursion. So as you all know, Regent Seven Seas is a luxury cruise line. It's Norwegian Cruise Line's top tier luxury product, essentially. And it's all-inclusive cruising, meaning in your cruise fare, you get, of course, it's all suites. So there is nothing but suite cabins on Regent Seven Seas. You get excursions included. You get alcohol. So your drinks are included already. What else? Alcohol's included, excursions. Anything you need, your gratuities are included. Literally everything is included in your cruise fare. So some say it actually balances out. So you might be talking about like a $6,000 cruise, but given that it includes all the things, it kind of like balances out. But one thing that I didn't kind of capture was my thoughts about like the quality of excursions, which for me, it didn't bother me much, but it definitely captured my attention. So I guess it was like a pro and con to the included excursions. So a lot of the excursions were kind of like food and drink based. Like, oh, here, quick walking tour, one glass of wine, a piece of bread, and then get back on the ship. But but they have options for if you want another opportunity, or you want extended opportunity with actually getting into the town. There are excursions that you can pay for. So I will be curious if I got on Regent again, like what will be the difference between the excursions that I paid for versus the excursions that were already included. However, the already included excursions are also helpful because, particularly with Mediterranean cruising, you need an ability to get off the port, because a lot of the ports, when you pull up into the Mediterranean, the ports, you're literally like in an industrial cruise port. So there's, a bus that kind of takes you to the town and drops you off, and then you have to like find another method of transportation to get to wherever your excursion is or whatnot. Whereas at least with the all-included excursions, the bus picks you up right by the ship, takes you where you need to go and come back. It's just I didn't feel like it was a high quality excursion, but it was something to do. And it helped you kind of check the box of saying like I explored that area. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. I was like, it wasn't like the best of the best excursions, but it was something and it was included. So I wanted to kind of, throw out there my full thoughts in relation to Regent Seven Seas and the excursions. Kelly Angel Tony says, they're talking about books. Jada's World says Disney is empty because it costs too much, in my humble opinion. They are doing too much. I'm not a fan of Disney like that. Yeah, I need like one good Disney feel a year. I think to, work through my inner child. I like to get to at least Epcot Food and Wine once a year. But something that I read recently, which I didn't finish my thought, Disney is going to be temporarily lowering their prices for a period on their hotels because of that. Now, the article also said historically what happens is Disney will restore the prices, so it will go up again. I think the last time they did that, they still tried like during like the middle of the pandemic. But I heard they're going to be lowering prices for a little bit of time. So I would say if you are thinking about planning a Disney vacation, look within the next month or two, like start looking now because there's supposed to be a temporary rate reduction. And then I think they're probably trying to like course correct in some of their earnings. So you might want to consider, but yeah, it's going to be hard for them because and like I was looking at, I was thinking like, okay, the next time I go to Disney, I want to stay on property. And I think I was thinking about staying at the French, what is it called? Not the French Quarter. Whatever the New Orleans theme Disney hotel is. So I started looking at YouTube videos and I was just like, they're like, oh, this room is newly refurbished. And I'm looking and I'm like, this is looking like old, I don't know, Holiday Inn with a Disney label on it. So it's like you are even paying $300 a night for like a refurbished Holiday Inn, and to get to like their more plush resorts, you're kicking out almost $500 to like $1,000 a night. And that is just for like a solo traveler. I can't imagine for people who have like you're funding your full family to do the hotel, to do food, to do any amenities such as lightning lanes, etc. Like that crap adds up quick. Substone says, I haven't been to Disney since I was 7, but I love amusement parks, roller coasters especially, or specifically. Cool. Yeah, I think I've outgrown roller coasters. I like to just watch them on YouTube. I like to watch the roller coasters that you would never be able to pay me on to get on. Yes, Universal City Walk. So, Disneyland Paris is building something. Thank you for that. It's building something similar to Universal City Walk, where it'll be like a Disney Springs Paris feel, but it will have entrances to the two parks. And that's coming. If you watch my Disneyland Paris vlog, at the end of the vlog, I kind of show a map. I might not be able, I don't think I kind of explained it a whole lot, but you get to kind of see, if you pause the video, look at the map, you can see what's coming. It looks like a bunch of restaurants. So I wouldn't mind trying to do that again. A traveling black couple says, were there other faces of color? I know you said the crowd was older. Oh, for Regent Seven Seas, there were a total of it's bad four people who looked black. There was one lady was African American. She was traveling with her friend who might have been African, and her husband. And then there was a couple that I couldn't hear their accent. So they were black in skin color. So there were a few faces of color. Most of the faces of color kind of spoke. The one couple was kind of a little standoffish, but I'm like, hey, enjoy your cruise. But I will say the older folks were like, they kept me entertained. And it was like everybody, because for that demographic, I was the youngest like person on the ship. Everybody just had like a lot of questions. I love the solo meetups that they have on Regent. So every night there's a solo meetup for like cocktails, and then they transition you over to dinner, which is something that I'm hearing Virgin Voyages has kind of picked up, nightly dinners and a cocktail for your solo travelers. So yeah, we would start off like with a cocktail like 6 o'clock, and about 6:30 we would kind of transition to a dining room, and then we were all kind of split. And we had some really good conversations. So yeah, I don't know what that means, but I'm chuckling. Adventurers is here saying, hey, see, your hair is cute. Thanks, girl. Did it myself. So what else? Okay, so we covered Regent. I told you I wanted to cover like how I felt about their excursions. Then Last but not least, I don't know if y'all saw the short that I pushed out today. Y'all would highly recommend, particularly those of you who before, and the trip announcement's coming. The trip announcement's coming. Who we got here? Hello, 29 people. Trip announcement's coming. After this last point, I don't know if you saw the short that I put out today related to passports, and not all passports lasting for 10 years. And this was something that I recently discovered with myself. I got my this is my, I think my second passport as an adult, or third, I can't remember. But I got my passport in 2016. And my passport expires in 2026. Between all the land-based travel I've done, I've realized that my passport might not make it to year 10 because I am down to 2 blank pages. And sometimes, particularly one of the places that I'm planning to get to by the end of the year, maybe I'm hoping this will be my New Year's trip. It requires 2 blank pages for me to travel, which means that my passport will be full. So even though my passport does not expire by number until October 2026, I might need to refresh my passport this year to be sure that I have a passport with adequate pages to get me where I need to go, and to be able to just, if I need to skip town, if we need to skip town, I got all the blank pages that I need to do. All jokes aside, though, watching all the things that are going on with kind of the government, I'm anticipating that, at one point, like right after the pandemic was kind of easing out, people were getting really quick turnarounds with passports. Like some people were reporting they were getting their new passports back 2 or 3 weeks. And that was without expediting. I'm anticipating that there's going to be a little bit of a slowdown in regards to processing of passports. So I'll just be kind of, just flip through your passport. I didn't even realize it until I think when I cruised through the UAE, when I was cruising through Dubai on Celestial Journeys, that like my passport was kind of like starting to like wind down. And I'm going to a country that I believe needs 2 blank pages, 2 blank consecutive pages. So I was like, oh, let me put out this like public service announcement. It's a short. So, don't get, if you're looking at your passport, kind of flip through it, make sure you got adequate pages to get you through like, at least a year. And also be mindful, y'all, too, that some places that you go require your passport to be valid 6 months after the last date that you're there. So if you do all of that math, it almost takes you about, you might want to like try to think about renewing 8 months to a year before you need to. Adventurers, speaking to everybody, and we are getting ready to trip announcement. Let's see who's all in here. 36 people hit that thumbs up, and we are going to make a trip announcement. So, y'all know I like to throw out hints in the title of hey, Armstrong is here, the male solo travel extraordinaire himself. Thank you for popping in, Armstrong. Happy Looney Gras. Yes. I'm going to get to the trip announcement like real soon. But I was watching all the content that has been rolling out related to Mardi Gras, and I was like, I gotta get there. Dee TV, I think her name is. I met her on the Melanin Sea Cruise, and she was saying like even the parades, like you got to get to the parades that are in like the neighborhoods. So yeah, tomorrow is Mardi Gras. Happy Mardi Gras. Shout out to all those who are preparing for Lent. I believe Ramadan has started, so happy what is it, a smooth fast for y'all who are doing that. But yeah, be safe out there in those Mardi Gras streets. But I think New Orleans is my favorite U.S. city. But I've been noticing recently a lot of content related to Mardi Gras. And I was like, I gotta get there. But I feel like I need Mardi Gras 101. Like, I don't want to mess it up. But I also don't like crowds either. I don't like waiting. I don't like inconvenience. I don't like feeling smushed in. So I got to figure out the right Mardi Gras experience for me. So y'all know I like to give y'all hints about where I am going using the title of the the title of the what is it called? The live. I like to use the title of the live to kind of give a little hint. And it was so funny this morning when I posted on Instagram, like the Monday meetup, somebody immediately jumped in my DM and was like, "You are going on, huh?" And I was like, "Yes, I am." So I am getting on a cruise, which I'm excited about. I know I cruise a lot, but I'm excited about this one particularly because I have not cruised the Caribbean in a bit. And I love a good old hot, nasty Caribbean cruise. Like I between cruising the Mediterranean in October and then cruising Dubai and UAE, which those videos are coming sometime this month. It's not the same as a Caribbean cruise. And I think I am learning that I'm more of a ship girl versus a port girl when it comes to cruising. So it's a cruise. And yes, a good old hot, nasty Caribbean cruise, Murph. That's what I want. So I am getting on Carnival Conquest. Which is, I have affectionately nicknamed Carnival Conquest Connie. I used to call her Cell Block C. I am getting on Carnival's probably most controversial, ratchet, like every video that you see about somebody allegedly fighting, people be like, "Is that the Conquest?" So I'm jumping on the Carnival Conquest for a short 3-day cruise. I'm doing the Lush cruise with Parkers on the Go, Kristen. Adventurers will be on there. Who else? On the Go YOLO. A few people are heading out for a quick little cruise. I wanted to do, I know some of y'all are probably like, "I thought you were going to do Melanin at Sea." I wanted to do Melanin at Sea, but I was thinking I was preparing to possibly be teaching this spring semester. But the professor who I got her course has taken her course back. So I was not able to take the full 8 days to do Melanin at Sea. And I wanted to be able to support Siobhan at her initial, and Kristen, who's become like a co-lead, I guess, in their first kind of girls group cruise. So I figured do Carnival Conquest and see what it's like. I am nervous, y'all. Well, Carnival is always going to be like my cruise home. Like, I love the vibe of Carnival, etc. I don't mind shenanigans as long as like the shenanigans doesn't get too close to me. But my worry is like, I like to sleep. So when like the night falls, I want to be able to climb my butt in bed. I need everybody to be quiet. So I don't need y'all running through the hallway. I don't need no sprinklers going off. I don't need no chair throwing. Like, I just want everybody to be quiet. So we're going to see if Carnival Conquest really lives up to its name, or will it be a dud? What are y'all's thoughts? A traveling Black couple says, "Good to know. I never thought about passport pages." Yeah. And something also mindful of, like, certain visas require, like, they'll put a sticker on the whole page. So, like, this is my, make sure there's nothing too much information. I'm gonna do like this. So, like, this is my sticker, or this is my visa for Tanzania. Like, that's a whole page. Who else? Ghana. Can't show y'all. Like, Ghana is a whole page. So my passport is literally like about done, and they want you to have 2 consecutive pages. I don't even think I have 2. I might have to, oh snap. Like this one right here, you can't see, but like there's a little bit of a bleed from somebody else's. So the place I'm going, I hope they don't think like somebody stamped it. So I think around probably July-ish, to make sure that I'm on track after my July trip, I think I'm gonna go ahead and submit for my renewal. And what I am gonna do this time, because I was being modest and I got the regular book again, I think I'm gonna get the extended passport, which is the same price. You can get 52 pages. I think I'm gonna do that, just so I don't get myself in this predicament again where I can have all 10 of my years and won't have to worry about like trying to, cut the life of my passport short because I traveled too much. So no problem. Kelly says I had to renew my passport this year. And Kelly, girl, this is the time You got lucky. And how long did it take, Kelly? Because I bet you it was short. I've been noticing slowly, like, the wait times are starting to creep up. And again, just watching the mass firings that are happening, literally just the pace of government at the moment, because people don't know if they're going to have a job or not, and people get laid off, they get brought back on. You might want to, if you can, try to renew early so you don't get caught up in some sort of like mass. Is a potential of a government shutdown on Friday. So you don't want to get caught up in all of that. So I would say if your passport is expiring at the end of this year or early 2026, go ahead and try to get those things in. That's just my hunch. I don't have a crystal ball, but I'd just rather be safe than sorry. Adventures is saying my passport doesn't expire until 2029. However, I want the new Real ID passport. It's not a need. It's just a want. My driver's license will be Real ID in a couple weeks. Oh, okay. I didn't know there was like a Real ID version of the passport. I do know like the passport numbers have letters in it now. But yeah, so we'll see. I think I want to renew in probably after my July trip. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. But I knew about the Real ID even has me worried. So when I was cruising on Carnival Jubilee to I was out of Galveston flying through Houston. The security guard flagged me and he was like, "You need a Real ID." And I was like, "I have a real," like, and he thought I was thinking like talking about fake. And I'm like, "No, I have a Real ID. Like my ID has a star in the corner, but my ID for some reason flagged." So I'm not sure if like there was just a flag to remind you to get a Real ID, or like if something is wrong. I knew DC has changed its design a couple of times. So in May, I might be carrying my driver's license and my passport on me just to be safe, because when I was flying through Galveston or flying through Houston, heading to Galveston for Carnival Jubilee, security flagged me as like basically my ID. He was trying to say my ID wasn't compliant. And I was like, but it's a Real ID. Like I have the star on the corner. So I don't know if there's something with DC that they like, since I got I was like an earlier adopter of the Real ID. So I'm not sure if the template has enhanced or what, but I just know y'all ain't about to hold me up at the airport. So Travel Yes We See says passports. Everyone remember to check block for large passport book, no extra fee. Yes. So you can, thank you, Travel Yes We See. You can get the 52-pager passport for the same price as the smaller one. So just if you know that you are again a heavy land-based traveler, get that extra stamp. And even y'all who like to run around the cruise ports looking for the stamps, I will say be careful, because some people say that those they're not necessarily real stamps. They are, what is it called, customary, can't remember what's called the term. They're ceremonial stamps, and they can invalidate your passport, or some places you might go might say like, what is this stamp? So just be mindful of that. But if you are like, if you know you're going to like, do more cruises than land-based, and you're not going to stray too far from the United States, and you just want to run around the ports and collect those stamps, do your thing. I just want people to be informed about the decisions that you're making. Hey, Autobot Diva, welcome in, girl. Kelly says, I went to Mardi Gras Mobile. How was that? And wasn't that Mobile was the original Mardi Gras, right? Okay, Yo Gotti. Not a hot, nasty cruise. No, the last two cruises I did were the UAE, which was in December, and I thought like cruising through the desert was going to be hot. A, no, it's not. B, only one stop had something that looked like a beach, and it was highly rocky, and which was Sermani Yachts. Those videos are going to start dropping in, the end of this month. And we'll probably the next Monday meeting, we'll talk about what cruising UAE is like. But I thought it was gonna be a little warmer than it was. It was not. It was a little chilly, and the water was cold. And then again, those ports are similar to being dropped off in the Med, where most of the ports drops were like industrial ports. So I am ready to be like on a cruise where I'm just slathering on sunscreen, drinking rum punches in my bathing suit and cover up for half the day. Like that is my style of cruising. While I appreciate like seeing other places, like I want to sit down somewhere in a beach chair and just burn. Seth Stone says, because a hot, nasty cruise is wild. And if Carnival don't give you nothing else, it's gonna give you a hot, nasty cruise. So, and I haven't been on Carnival since May. I have not been on Carnival since May 2024. And that was Jubilee on a 7-day. So that was and it was out of Galveston, which I would say the Galveston cruisers are a little more, they're not as, and I haven't cruised out of LA, but they don't seem as laid back as LA cruisers, but they weren't as like super turned as like Miami 3 or 4 day cruise. Autobot Diva says, I knew it. Project Ship. Yes. So I'm excited to get on Connie. It's funny because like people act so funny. Like, I have not been able to get on Conquest. Actually, I was supposed to get on Conquest. My cousins and I had reserved Conquest back when Reverend Dr. E was the cruise director. And that was that period. Remember like when the pandemic was happening? And it was this one period that we're like, okay, we're coming out of it. We're coming out of it. So we slowly started booking stuff. I booked like a $350 trip to Japan. And I booked a cheap trip, like a $400 trip on Carnival Conquest. If not cheaper. No, I think it was $400 to be in a room with my cousins. And it was like that period was like, we're going to come out of it. Like just book stuff like 6 months out and we'll be out of it. And nope. The C word was like, we're back. So I was supposed to be on Conquest, like I think November, I can't remember, a few years ago. It got canceled. So I've been seeing the Conquest like in the ports on other ships. Like I remember sitting on Virgin and the Conquest, you know, how the canal in Miami, it comes down, it does its turn. And literally, it'll be the smallest ship in port, but it'll be the loudest. Like the music is thumping. It's like a 96 Ultima with like 2 big ass subwoofers. And it's like, you know, it makes a turn and people on Virgin like clutching their pearls, but it looks more fun than their sail away. And then, of course, the Royal girls are like, we'll take our dry ass sail away, you know. But Connie, you know, comes down, she does her turn, she's playing the wobble, and then, you know, heads out to sea. So I'm looking forward to that energy. And this will probably, I think I'm gonna be on Carnival twice this year. But I'm looking forward to the vibe that Carnival brings. Jeremy Saucina, welcome in, Jeremy. And Jeremy just joined the channel membership. So thank you, Jeremy. He says, love the videos. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for becoming a channel member. And thanks for watching all the videos. Much appreciated. And get in here, start chatting, make yourself comfortable. We don't bite. So Kelly says, you're going to miss Mass 3.5. Yeah. I mean, actually, you know what? Hindsight, I'm so like, go with your gut. And just kind of with the climate at work, I probably can't be away for a week right now. And we're thinking it could be a shutdown possibly on Friday. So it kind of all worked in hindsight. Between thinking that I might be teaching and I would have to miss 2 Fridays. I was teaching on my day off, which is Fridays, at a university. So I thought I might miss 2 classes. That would have been good. And then now the whole thing with just work stuff. So I'm going to miss Mass 3.5. However, because Mass, I'm missing Mass all 2025. I was trying to hold space, but I had booked stuff so far out. But I am locked in for a Mass cruise for 2026. And 2027, right? Whatever one I got. Yeah. So I have deposits on. No, I don't. I did have something for 20. I can't remember, but I have. It's not gonna be in 2025, but I do think I have Mass on lock for 2026 or 2027. I can't remember. But no, I missed 2025. But my goal is to do 1 Mass cruise a year. It just won't be this year. Joritha says, I will see you there. Yes, Joritha, see you on Friday, girl. I will be heading out same day. So with bells on early. Travel SEC says, you will need a vacation after that. After what? After Connie? I'm already prepared for like, I'm going to be like dog tired come Tuesday. But I also am excited for this one because like, this will be also my first time cruising without like a lot of responsibility. So like, because I won't be teaching, I won't be thinking about students who might be reaching out, talking about Dr. Reed, we got this issue, we got that issue. I'm done with my term on the Board of Education. Like, a lot of the responsibility that I had has fallen off my shoulders. So now I feel like when I get on the ships, I'm gonna be able to be like, okay, I can stay up, I can party, because I don't have to think about, like, I'm gonna come back to DC dog tired. Like, I have my travel business, which if you need a cruise, book COC at gmail.com. I have my travel business, I have my parents, I have my full-time job to worry about, and that's it. I've consolidated my life that I don't have all these extra things just like chronically floating over my head where I get on these ships and I'm like mentally tired. So I'm looking forward to all the cruises from here on out, because I can like really kind of live it up a little bit without thinking about, but I know it's going to be a quick hit for sure. Who else you got? Gina's World says, hi, I'm going on Connie in November. I'll pray for you. Yes, girl, I'm scared. Like Carnival Conquest just seems like she has a lot of energy. And shout out to Carnival for like preserving that, because I think some cruise lines would have, if you are known to have like the historically quote unquote ratchet ship, and the ship that has like all this name for itself, like people would try to like, other cruise lines would try to like get away from that narrative, would try to rebrand that ship, would try to relocate it. Okay, we're going to put it up, in Baltimore, and we're going to make it like 8-day cruises to like get the name of summer down. And Carnival has like embraced like, okay, we're going to have a ship for everybody. And this is going to be our 3-day weekend party hard, cheapest ship. Like, and this is what's going to be, and it's going to stay in Miami. And so I appreciate Carnival for like leaning into that, where a lot of other people would have been like, oh, it got all this TikTok rep, and, we gonna caught 3 XYZ, all these fights and stuff. We'll try to rebrand. And the Carnival was like, no, this is the ship for that. Don't fight on the ship, y'all. But I think Carnival has embraced that Connie is the girl that's going to be like, I'm in Miami, bring your 32-inch bust down, and we're going to have a time. So thank you, Carnival. Keisha H says, hot and nasty, aka hey, Travel with PNB, welcome in. Folks are speaking, spokes are speaking. Kelly says it took 3 weeks, and I forgot what was the question. That was 3 weeks, but I'm gonna figure it out. I asked you how long did something take, and you said 3 weeks. I'm gonna put the dots together in a second. Ruby's Baby says the federal ghetto white refrigerator ghetto right now. Like, Ruby says, I'm glad I'm at the state. Yeah. And like, as a government girl, like, I work for state government, which I will appreciate some of the state governments for popping in, but it's interesting in the federal government streets. And Ruby's Baby, I can definitely talk to you offline for sure. But it's definitely a different vibe. And I'm gonna hurry up and shut my mouth because I got a lot of thoughts. Kelly Angel says, I always have both when I fly. Oh, books. Travel SEC says sail on Conquest is literally sail away on Conquest is literally standing room only. I am looking forward to it. So I will be going. Thank you, Travel SEC. I will be going live on Friday. Probably I guess sail away will be like 4-ish. I'm gonna go live for the sail away because I think that'd be a cute way to kick off y'all's weekend. So if you haven't tapped into the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bells. We'll be going live Friday for the sail away on Carnival Conquest, so you can see what the vibes are. Travel SEC says long lines for the breakfast buffet, so go somewhere else. Okay, I appreciate that. That sounds like I need to go to the main dining room, and I know the trip. There's like some activities planned, so skip the breakfast buffet. Good to know. Will do, because I don't like lines. I don't like inconvenience. And Carnival also has to realize like them long lines, particularly the pizza line at night, is when the girls like to tussle. So I plan on staying clear of that. Kelly says, I had a ball when I went. They throw lots of little Debbies in their parades. Oh, the Mobile, Alabama's Mardi Gras. Good to know. Nicole says, it's the MDNU. Love a good Caribbean cruise. Hot and sticky. Yeah, I'm like, if I want to do Europe, I just want to fly, I think. I like being able to cover like the amount of ports that I love the amount of ports that like Mediterranean and other types of cruising covers, but I think I am like a Caribbean, like I'm cruising for the water, for warmth, for beaches. I think that's my thing. It's interesting like to kind of learn that about yourself. That might change though, because I will say the things I appreciate about the people on Regent was like they've got to see so much of the world by cruising. So I do think that is awesome. But kind of where I am in my life right now, like I want me a rum drink with an umbrella, and some sunscreen. Steph Stone says, you LOL, you looking forward to go to the hood cousin house for the week? Ain't it? And look, and not too long, right? It's like I'm in there for 3 days and then I'm gonna go back to, my house, civilization. So yeah. Come back exhausted and tan. Yep. And it's funny part because I'm gonna go back right back to work on Tuesday. I know they're gonna be like, where you been this weekend? I've been on my front porch. Or I've been in my cousin's house. Kelly says, okay, I will be there with you for 2027. Yeah, I put a deposit on 2027. I put a deposit on 2027, which I appreciate Rich and Jazz got that out there early because that was the issue with 2025. I had so many of my cruises already booked, and I knew I was going to do South Africa for at least 2 weeks. So 2020, I would not have been able to do 2 weeks for the new year and then turn around and do another 8 days. But as soon as they announced that 2027 date, I was like, here's my money, take it. Gina's World says no couch cruise either for Mass 3.5. I don't know if the people will want one. I haven't reached out to Rich and Jazz. We'll see. I don't know. If the people want one, we can figure it out. My plan was not to couch cruise until April. I wasn't going to plan on couch cruising until the rollout of World America. But if y'all want it, I can see. See if we can make it happen. Margaret says half the couch cruise. We'll see. Adventures says ain't nothing wrong with the project. Girl, I ain't say that. I spent my summers in the projects every summer because my mom shipped me off. When y'all said go to your cousin's house, my mom shipped me off as soon as school let out, I went up to Western Pennsylvania and stayed with my aunts and cousins. I was supposed to stay at my grandma's house, which is out in the country, but the fun was with my cousins who lived 29 Farragut Street in the projects. So, and then Persian Court. Any place with the brown doors. So that's what, it really doesn't scare me. My thing is though, when I want to go to sleep, I need the people to shut up though. So hopefully, but we have a really good room. Shout out to Kristen H. Kristen upgraded the room. And she got the upgrade bed and she was like, hey, you want to upgrade the room? And I was just like, sure. I'm kind of like a just get me on a ship kind of girl. But this is my first time ever having a Lido deck room. So hopefully it won't be too insane, like versus being on deck 2. It's like a short haul up on deck 9. So maybe that will cut back on some of the noise. Possibly that could happen in the evening because nobody's really on the Lido deck at night, but stranger things have happened. Together We Travel is my neighbors. Welcome in Together We Travel. Travel Yes We See says club is also elbow to elbow, smells like ass, armpits, and a little side of weed. And that's why I'm actually like, I want to go to the club, but every time I go to a club, I end up sick. So I got to figure this out because I want to go to a nightclub, but I'm also not trying to get back to work. And I'm like, ugh. So yeah, we'll see. But every time I go to a Carnival club, like the last few, like the couple cruises that Mass had when they were in, like, it never fails. I'm like, got the runny nose, sneezing, all the things. So, it smells like a good time is what Ventura says. That's quite a description. Yes, I did. Nene leak shame white refrigerators everywhere. Iris Wag says that I had several upcoming cruises due to the impacts of the executive orders on the federal grants I managed, but will be in San Juan on Resilient Lady next weekend. Cool, good kudos for you. Yeah, I have a longer cruise. Honestly, like I wasn't expecting all the things that are currently happening. Really, I decided not to do like a longer cruise because I knew I was off for 2 weeks for New Year's. And then I was expecting to be teaching this semester. I wasn't sure if I was going to be teaching this semester, so I knew I was going to miss, like, if I would have missed 2 Fridays, and that would have been, like, not good for your adjunct contract. So I was like, let me just wait. April, I'll have a longer cruise. So I was also factoring that in. I knew I was going to be off for a week in April. So, but it just kind of works out. But yeah, hopefully some of this stuff slows down by April. We'll see. But yeah, I was like, let me not sneak away too quick just yet. Iris says I had to cancel. I had to cancel several upcoming cruises due to the impacts of the executive orders. I managed, but will be in San Juan. Oh, okay. Oh, you switched my mass 3.5 book into that one. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people were mentioning, like, other people, like, travel advisors, like, a lot of people have. I had to, what was it called? I had a client, I had to push back a land-based trip for them because one of their travel companions is a federal worker and they weren't sure about, like, what's the impact. I am just like, I'm just heavy on right now, like, control what I can control. There is, like, a sense of, like, unease, but I try not to, like, worry. I'm like, literally day by day, week by week, email by email, and go from there. Because otherwise, like, trying to think if you can, like, strategize around it, it drives you like insane. So, but I am, like, trying to monitor, like, my time off. So, no problem. So Big Murph, love the question. Big Murph says, what are your top 3 Carnival ships? I love this question. I might have to give you more than 3. Okay, so I gotta go all around the Marbury bush. So far for Carnival, I have been on Carnival Fantasy, which is out of commission. I have been on, or did it get rebranded? Anyway, Carnival Fantasy, Carnival Vista, Carnival Magic twice, Carnival Pride, Carnival Legend, Mardi Gras, Celebration, Jubilee, Sunshine. So I've been on, I think, 9 Carnival ships. I haven't missed one yet. And then Conquest will be 10. Of all of those, I had to tell y'all things first. Of all of those, I would say my top 3 would be, I really enjoyed Jubilee. I'm going to give it to the girl Carnival Sunshine. And so yeah, top one will be Jubilee. Second will be Sunshine. Third is tough. Third is somewhere between Mardi Gras because it was the first in its class, or I want to say Legend, because I appreciated that all the aspects that they popped into, like, the older ships. So I believe that's my top 3 of the 10, or I haven't been on the 10th, 9 that I named. Yeah. So I'm going number 1, Jubilee. I'm going number 2, Carnival Sunshine, even though it's an older ship. I told y'all I had a situation on Carnival Sunshine. It's now in Norfolk. I hope to get on it maybe again now that's closer to me. But I love that it really put I love how they revamped the Sunshine in regards to, and that 2-story, what is it called? Adults only area. Very nice. And then I think I'm gonna give it to Legend, because I think Legend pleasantly surprised. What are y'all's top 3 Carnival ships? Since Big Murph put in the chat, I love that question. Iris Wag says, enjoy Connie. Yes, we'll be reporting live from Connie on Friday, so make sure y'all are locked into the channel. I'm going to confirm what the sell away time is. And then maybe I'll put like a placeholder or something so that y'all can like tap into the video. If not, the live will just pop up at some point. Travels with PMB says he likes Panorama, Celebration, and Sunrise if he had to choose 3. Awesome. Yeah, Regina Davis likes Sunrise. Sunrise is one that was catching some slack too, because I know it was having some air conditioning issues. Was it last summer or so? But I hear good things about Sunrise. Iris Wax says, love your Carnival Legend vlog. Thank you. Yeah, that Carnival Legend was a family trip. It was one of the better family trips because we got more people on that ship because I have family in Western PA. So they literally drove down. So we had a good turnout of family members. And I think like because I had did Carnival Pride and it was kind of like okay, I was expecting the same vibes, but Legend kind of just surprised me in a good way. Legend had really good staff. The stage performance were really good on Legend. And then like I don't know, it felt like all the new components of a newer ship were on that one. Gina's World says Horizon. Now I want to get on Horizon. My cousins were actually like trying to plan another cruise, and they were like, "Let's do Mardi Gras." And I was like, "Again?" I was like, "Can we do Horizon?" So I want to try Carnival Horizon, but Gina says she loves Horizon, Sunshine, and Celebration in that order. Gina World, what makes Celebration stand out to you versus Mardi Gras or Jubilee? Or have you just not been on either one? Kelly girl, I cannot believe you have never been on Carnival. Oh my gosh. Kelly, you would love, I feel like you would love Carnival because you have like the energy in regards to like, all right, everybody, let's take some shots, you know? So I can't wait, Kelly, for you to get on a Carnival cruise. Can't wait. Hopefully I'm there to witness it. Travel with PMB says, yes, I was on the Sunrise once when it had AC issues. Regina says Sunrise is a pleasant surprise. Look, don't sleep on the smaller ships. And I appreciate that Carnival, like when they take a smaller ship to dry dock, like that Sunshine literally has all the, like the Sunshine has a bonsai sushi on it. It has the teppanyaki. It has literally all the things except for Emeralds. It literally has all, it has a sports bar. It has all the things that you would find on a newer ship in this compacted into an older ship. So I think that was cool. Shiro says, no one said freedom with the whale, with a nub. No. Together We Travel says Celebration, Horizon, and Glory because it was first. Well, awesome, y'all. Thank y'all for popping in. 31 people. This is my name is Carlene. This is my channel, See It With C. This is the Monday meetup. A couple of trip announcements, just FYI. Again, if you didn't miss it earlier, we have, let me make sure. Oh, wait, let me make sure I hit share. Some information to share with you. We have, let me see, share screen. Once again, just in case you missed it, we have, come on, girl. We have the Good Government Getaway. So if you want to sail with me, cruise with me, I have a few opportunities. I try to basically stick to one hosted event per year. I don't want to overwhelm you. I know there's a lot of great cruises for you to choose from. But as I told y'all, I'm a government worker. So I maximize my PTO during holidays. So join me on the Good Government Getaway, which is a 5-day Dominican day sailing, August 29th through September 3rd. So over the Labor Day holiday, 5-day Dominican days heading to Puerto Plata and Bimini, Bahamas. Those prices are starting at, for solos, $1,100, and for couples, or for double occupancies, about $1,890 starting price, and of course 10% on Virgin. At the moment, Virgin has been giving me $100 sailor loot, any cabin category. So I don't know when they're going to take that away. So reach out if you're interested in that. The next opportunity, so that's 2025. The next opportunity to cruise with me will be in 2026. I'll be hosting, and that'll be the ultimate solo group cruise. As you all know, I am a solo travel extraordinaire, and I'll be joined with other solo travelers, the Jen Danielle Experience, as well as Cheryl Sid Cruiser. That's June 22nd through 26th on Celebrity Reflection. Heading out of Fort Lauderdale. That's $100 per person to put your deposit on. What else about that one? It's going to A Perfect Day at Coco Cay, and I believe Nassau are the stops. And then we have a quick little land-based government getaway, a couple of days. If you are interested in get on the wait list, you want to know what it is, scan that QR code there, and I will send that information to you. And again, that'll be like a little quick weekend trip. Probably the weekend of the dates are about October 9th through the 11th, 2026. So if you're interested in hearing what that is, scan that QR code right there. All righty, so let me hit stop sharing. Get back here, see if we have any more comments. Seth Stone says definitely, I definitely hear about the legendary Carnival sell-off, and I can't wait to cruise it. Which ship should be your first? Oh my gosh. Ooh, Steph Stone, that is where are you located, Steph? In regards to what should be your first? I think it's tough. If you have 7 days, I say go ahead and try one of the newer ships. So one of the Excel class, start off with Mardi Gras, Jubilee, or Celebration. Mardi Gras is in Port Canaveral right now. Jubilee is in Galveston. Celebration is in Miami. They do longer 7-day cruises. And I think that bigger ship will basically give you all that Carnival has to offer. So you'll get to see all the specialty dining offerings. You'll get to see all the venues. You'll get to see all the bars. If you are stuck with a shorter sailing, I would recommend Sunshine. I'll recommend Carnival Sunshine. It keeps the same vibe. It'll be coming out of Norfolk, so you'll get that kind of DC, Southern Virginia, North Carolina crew, laid back, really fun cruisers, to give you like a really good kind of introduction to Carnival. That would be kind of my recommendation. And Carnival currently is offering cheap deposits. I believe either $25 or $50 deposits. So if you need a book, you would like to book, need someone to book you, a trusted travel agent, reach out to me, cuc@gmail.com. Gina's World says, I haven't been on Jubilee or Mardi Gras just yet. Okay, so that's why Celebration is your favorite. Got it. I forgot about, but I didn't like that one really. Keisha H says she liked the Legend, Firenze, and Sunshine. So the Sunshine pops up again. And when you said Firenze, Keisha H, that reminded me of I got on what's the thing called? Venezia. It was cool, but it just didn't like stick as much as those other things. So I would say like maybe honorable mention could be Venezia. But I'm curious about the Firenze. Folks are speaking. Gina says, oh, Sig the Solo Cruise is here and say, hey, Sig, just got off work. Hey, Sig, I just did our commercial about the ultimate solo getaway. You also can book with Sig. So it has to be through any of those hosts. So you can either book with me, Sig, or Jen Danielle to get on the ultimate solo group cruise. So Sig popped in. Hi, Sig. Gina's World says she would suggest if your first time on Carnival, she suggested newer ships if you are a newbie. So like Jubilee, Celebration, Mardi Gras. Yeah, those newer ships, they're all going to be 7-day at least cruises, sometimes 8. But they show you all the venues with still that Carnival energy. But if you have to do a shorter sailing, like a weekend cruise, then I would recommend Sunshine for a first timer. Regina says, and I have to say, coming off the breeze last week, I really liked the way the ship was laid out and the flow. Cool. Yeah, I'm eyeballing the breeze. I might have something in Texas coming up, and instead of just flying there for a couple of days, I might tag on a cruise. So I've been like scanning some Texas cruise availability because I'm like, I need to maximize this flight if I get down there. Even though flight prices have dropped. When I first started checking flights, it was like a little expensive. Flights, y'all book some flights right now. I think with all the things that are going on with the aviation industry on the news, flight prices have looked a little nice. Regina says, can you drop the comment so the full QR code can be scanned? Oh, what I'll do is I'll put it in a post. Or what you can do is, here's the, if the QR code didn't work, here's the link. So if you are interested in getting on the wait list for the Good Gov Getaway 2026, which will be a quick 2-day land-based quick $2 holler. That's the link to get on that wait list. Thank you, Regina. Steph, so if you're a DMV cousin, I would say come get on the car, drive down to Norfolk, and get on that sunshine. No problem. Gina World says honorable mention will be Venezia. Yeah, so Steph, or you can also go up north to New York. But the Venezia didn't fully do it for me for some reason. I don't know why. And we were on the ship with like Melanin Sea. The vibes were vibing, but it just didn't do it all the way for me. I don't know what it was with Venezia. Can't put my finger on it. And then I was in the Terrazza Carnival cabin, but it wasn't memorable. I don't know. And not Melanin Sea was memorable, but like the ship itself was kind of just, I don't know. Regina's World says Venezia is my husband's fave. He likes to lay out. Now, what I do like about Venezia is that like outdoor area. So like the Lido deck is kind of covered and they have those like cushiony chairs. So that's a good spot to read a book. Keisha H says, I've only cruised 5 times and the other 2 were Paradise and Elation. Yeah. So cool. Well, thank y'all. I gave y'all announcements. See it with C. Thanks for coming to chat with me. Make sure y'all tap in for Friday. I'm going to plan on going live from the sail away. So if you trying to get through your workday on Friday and need a little entertainment, look out for that live stream. And that's about it. So it's See it with C. Thanks for chatting with me. The next Monday meetup will be on Monday. Which is this Monday the 10th at 7 p.m. I will be recapping Carnival Conquest. So I'll be coming in here if you want to hear all the details on what is the Carnival Conquest like. Is she that ratchet? Is it calm? How's the food? All that stuff. Come through on Monday. I'll be recapping that. Oh, and there won't be a couch cruise for Melanin Sea because I will be selling myself. I was like, maybe I can't do a couch cruise for Melanin Sea, probably, unless I can get y'all in next week. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, come back on Monday, March 10th at 7 p.m. We'll be live streaming, recapping Carnival Conquest. Safe travels to everybody who is heading to Miami this weekend for Lush Cruise. Looking forward to meeting so many of y'all. And yeah, it's See with C. Thanks for coming to chat with me. Like, comment, subscribe. Me and I having a video coming out at 9, which is for some of your sent. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Good night.